Welcome back to Mat Talk with KOC and Coach. Coach is on assignment once again today. He's taking a lot of assignments lately, but that's besides the point. The point is we have a special guest. Our guest today, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a basketball coach, he's a commentator. He's actually a commentator. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Coach De'Aaron Smith. Coach, how you doing today, sir?
I was going to do the Paul Heyman, but that was
good. Go to the Paul Heyman. Okay,
that was great.
Okay, good. No problem, man. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking about this, just about getting your schedule and trying to make things fit.
Shout out spring break.
Yes, shout out to spring break. But before we get into what we really are here for, let's get to know Coach D. Coach D, how did you get started into everything that you're doing right now?
Man, we ain't got that much time, so I ain't gonna hold you. Probably about 19 years ago, my cousin was coaching basketball in the Giving Back organization. She was coaching my nephew, actually, and she said that she needs some help. So my dad told me to go out there and help her, and pretty much the rest is history on that. I've been coaching 19 years on that, so that started my mentorship in Cherokee County. So been doing that, and I went back into working probably back in 2011. And then my friend, Dr. Mays, she was coaching in Blacksburg, and she was with child. So I helped her that year in 2017, and I've been coaching organized basketball since then.
And not only that, you're a coach, but you also used to work for the same radio station that I work for right now as we speak.
Yes, you did.
You used to work for 1180 WFGN. Yes. How did you get that job, man?
Well, shout out to the late, great Eddie Bridges and Deacon Eddie Bridges and the late, great Deacon Charles Allen Montgomery Sr., as I used to say on the radio. My cousin, Pastor Frazier, used to work there. And after I came out of college, they made sure that I had a job. And I was trained by Kevin Washington. Shout out to him. He was Brother Eddie Bridges' nephew. Yeah, and he trained me really good. And I did it for about 2.5 years. I had a great time, man. Met so many great people. Shout out to Clarence Cole.
CQ. Good old CQ.
He still got that smooth voice on the radio.
That smooth voice, man. That smooth voice.
Is Pastor Howard still there?
He's still there.
Yeah, shout out to Pastor Howard too. Those two guys was big in my growth, and I enjoyed 1180. My mom passed in September of 18, and I resigned January of 19. And I was in the process of getting married, and a lot of things were going on in my life, so man. I just kind of stepped away from it, but I do miss it every day.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to 1180 WFGN. Hope Broadcasting, as I say on the radio, been coming to your homes by way of radio for 35 years.
On Lead Mine Road.
On Lead Mine Road. But let's just get right into what we're here for.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on. But first, how did you become a wrestling fan, man?
Well, shout out to my dad on that, man. He would let me watch wrestling. Him and my late mom would buy me action figures, man. So I had Ultimate Warrior. We don't mention his name no more. The yellow and red wearing wrestler. We try not to reference his name.
Yeah.
I had Sting.
We're not gonna get started on that one.
Sting. I had them all. Macho Man. Then as I got older, The Rock and Stone Cold and Bret Hart and all those guys. So I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan growing up with my dad. So he used to let me watch it, and his grandpa watched it, and man, I've been a fan since 1995, man. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, man.
30 years.
30 years. That's crazy.
30 years is 95.
Let's just get right into it, though. A lot of things has happened in the wrestling world right now.
Yes.
We are post Royal Rumble, post Elimination Chamber. But before we get into what we about to get into,
yeah.
How do you feel about the Jey Uso winning the Rumble?
Well, Just letting you know, I bladed myself before I came here. That's how dedicated I am to this show. Just letting y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? I had to get that out the way.
Yeah.
But I was kind of shocked, but I do like surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling. We always talk about how we want different things in the community as Twitter and Facebook. They always want to see different wrestlers win. And then when they win, they complain. I like the
hypocritical.
Yes, they're very
hypocritical.
So I'm happy, and it was good to see kind of a new and something that we wasn't predicting. So at first I wasn't. I know I put in our group chat. I wasn't really excited about it, but it kind of grew on me because that's what stars are made of.
Yes,
when you win Royal Rumbles or King of the Ring.
Yeah, man. Jey Uso. I tell people all the time, I don't like wrestling fans. They're hypocritical, like we said in the group chat. They're hypocritical.
They are.
They want Jey to win. Then when he wins, they don't like it. They don't think he's big enough for it. They think he's just the high mid Carter.
Yeah.
It's just so much. But Jey Uso coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso winning the Rumble. John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
But John Cena did something that nobody expected at the Elimination Chamber. He sold his soul, so to speak, to The Rock.
Made a deal.
Coach, I don't think that's no deal. Coach, that's no deal right there, Coach. If you've seen the look, first of all, this was very unpredictable. Like, nobody saw this coming.
Right.
Nobody saw. The one time that we don't have a watch party for this is when things like that happen. But nobody saw this coming. This was truly unexpected. What was your reaction when you saw it?
So, like you said, we didn't have a watch party for it. So, I have a 3-year-old at home. So, when he goes to sleep, sometimes, my eyes get a little heavy, as they say. So, I kind of dozed off and went to sleep. And I checked my phone. I said, let me just see how it ended. I know he was going to win. But when I seen he turned, like, I stayed up for another hour just watching the videos on Twitter and Facebook and just seeing the reactions. And I didn't think it was real at first. AI is we live in that generation of things could be, made up. But when I seen it, I was thrilled because, as you know, I was not feeling the John Cena 17th breaking the great.
you was very much against it.
Yes.
You was very much against John Cena breaking 16 world champion Ric Flair's reign.
Well, you got to realize we in Flair country, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
this is Flair country. So
you're right.
I was not thrilled about it, but once I seen they going in a different direction with this, I'm kind of on board with it if he, executes it next weekend. So I was excited to see something fresh, something new. I get the reason why John Cena's been a face for so many years. It's bigger than, the wrestling side of it. But as a wrestling fan, I was definitely excited and ready to see, kind of how it's going to unfold next weekend.
I'm excited. I'm excited. WrestleMania is really upon us. And it doesn't even feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. I feel like it is. It is too late. Because normally we're having WrestleMania like last week. Last week would have been, or this week, or this past weekend, would have been the weekend to have WrestleMania. But they having it so late in April. It's just, and another thing that really makes me mad about this is on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
The biggest match card there is on WrestleMania is on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
And I have some issues with that, Coach. and I think you know why I have issues.
I do know why, but go ahead and tell the fans.
Because, WrestleMania watch party is going to be here at my house. But it's on Easter Sunday. And I have a mother
a loving mother.
A loving mother that is kind of anti-WrestleMania party on Easter. But I'm still trying. We're still trying to get there.
Well, as I've been taught by my mentors, we don't try, we do. So it's going to get done.
It's going to get done.
Here's the thing. Your mom is like my late mom when we used to have those, how do we put it, illegal cards.
Yes.
I could watch pay-per-views back in the day. She didn't like watching them, but for her son, she'll make it happen. So, I know your loving mom will do the same. Shout out to Miss Tracy.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. I know she's working hard, and Trey's going to be nice to you when she get home today.
Yeah. I actually might not be here when she gets home today.
Well,
but
let's change those.
That's a whole different story. Okay, but no, let's get back into it, man. John Cena's heel turn, something that we did not see coming.
Yeah.
When I saw it, that was very pivotal, which I think I told y'all when The Rock came back and asked for Cody's soul. I told y'all then that the whole WWE just shifted.
You did.
Nobody believed me.
You did.
Nobody believed what I was saying, especially Coach Jolly, which he's going to be on pretty soon too. He didn't believe me. He didn't believe nothing I was telling him. And then this happened.
Yeah.
And just like that, everything I feel like just shifted in a matter of moments.
It did.
Nobody knew what John Cena was going to do. Nobody knew what theme song was going to come out. Was he going to be the Doctor of Thugonomics? Was he going to come out to a whole nother theme?
Yeah.
Then when he comes back a week after, I want to say maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks after. 2 weeks after he comes out on Raw, he still has the same theme song.
Yeah. I like that.
He still has the same theme song. He doesn't change nothing. He doesn't change his gear. He doesn't change anything. But why?
Well, he's saying from what his promos, but what I'm gonna say in my opinion as a wrestling fan is he was just saying I'm tired of y'all.
Yes.
You know, I'm fed up. You booed me. John Cena sucks. No one liked the Super Cena. Hey, and I was one of those guys. I wasn't
You're thinking John Cena sucked with you. That's what
I used to say it. I mean, his theme song is catchy. The beat is crazy. But yeah, it was tough to see him continue on winning so many titles throughout the years, man. And so it was tough, but he didn't want to change who he was in the core. You know, just never give up. That's his mantra, and that's what he's been living off of for years. But I don't think he deserved to change. The fans need to change. So I'm with you, John Cena. The fans need to change. We didn't appreciate you. So no, don't change it.
No, don't change it.
Don't come out rapping anymore. We don't want to see that. I did like the Dr. Thugonomics.
Yeah, we did kind of see that. Kind of wanted to
I
see
like
that.
Thugonomics.
The Dr. Thugonomics. But he basically, like you said, he's blaming the fans for this.
It is their fault.
He's blaming the fans, and he 100% and I 100% agree. But now, at this point, I don't even think it's about Cody Rhodes. No. I don't even think it's about the championship. I think it's more of, I want y'all to realize that y'all have not respected me all these years.
Yeah.
So when I finally do something for y'all not to like me, you're really gonna feel what you should have been feeling a long time ago.
I agree, and he's fed up. He should have, turned heel many years ago, and he wanted to, and he didn't get that opportunity. So now he's getting to express to the WWE universe that, hey, I'm about to leave for good. I'm not coming back.
Right.
And this is the last time you're going to see me, but you're going to hear me this time.
You're going to hear me.
I'm not going to just come out and wave my towel and talk to Stu. I think that's who it is.
Stu the camera guy, man.
Yeah. Now I'm done with Stu.
We love Stu.
I'm letting you know you're going to respect me, feel me, and you're going to see me.
And you're going to see me.
And, he normally doesn't want to be seen, but you're going to see me.
You're going to see me. And he's tired of the hypocrites. He's tired of all the. Well, we're all tired.
I'm tired of them too.
We're tired of all of them. Like, we're all tired of them. I'm sick of them. But he's tired of hypocrites. He's tired of people saying that John Cena can't wrestle. When he literally said he's going to end wrestling at WrestleMania.
I love that.
He takes home.
I love that.
His 17th championship.
Still not a fan of that.
He's going to retire that championship and himself in December. And he said he's going to make them come up with another fake toy.
Ooh. That was great, by the way.
That was great. That was a great promo.
You know what? A lot of people saying this mic work hasn't been good on the heel turn. I disagree. I think it's been really good.
I think if you're not an intellectual person, if you don't know how to read in between the lines, you will say that.
Yeah.
Because I can understand where it's coming from. Like, if you really don't know how to read between the lines, you won't understand what he's saying. But if you really know the history, if you know John Cena's history, I think you will.
I appreciate.
You understand.
Mm-hmm. It's like I said, it's built up anger. As you've been balling this stuff up for many years and things you wanted to say, and now he's getting it out. The first promo was a little personal, but he's letting them know, hey, I'm here. The champ is here. I want to hear that next Sunday.
Yes.
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
Retire that belt. Retire it, John. I'm with you, buddy.
Retire. He's gonna retire it. But that title holds so much lineage. That title,
hey, it's a toy.
Was in front of your tribal chief.
Be very cautious with your next words now.
For 1,300 and some odd days.
That is my tribal chief.
Your tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Yes, it is.
And I say that because we're switching gears.
I acknowledge you.
Yes, I do. I acknowledge my tribal chief.
You didn't at first. I just want that to be on record.
Okay.
But I acknowledge you first, my tribal chief.
We're going into Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk.
Oh, yes. My main event, really.
Something that I don't think you were a fan of in the beginning. You weren't a fan of Triple Threat.
No.
But I think once they really start telling the story, and I think that's what, and I'm calling Alan out on this because I think this is, shout out to him, but he believes in protecting the finish. You all believe in protecting the finish.
I'm going to let you finish.
Yes, we all believe in protecting the finish. No pun intended. But we believe in protecting the finish, but we're in a storytelling type of era now.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think they could be, like you said, they could be using the finishers too early.
Yeah. I just don't think coming in 1 minute into a match, and before we did this podcast, I went back and watched some of the old matches in Brock Lesnar versus Roman when they unified the belts at WrestleMania a couple years ago. He F5'd them within like the first 2 minutes. Like, we know the match is not going to end that quick.
Well,
like,
when you put Brock Lesnar in some reason,
and I love Brock Lesnar,
this is going to be a jobber off the automatic.
It is.
When you put Brock Lesnar in that, this is automatically going to be a jobber.
Yeah, but tell a story with him. He took his gloves off before the match started. Yes. Let him beat him up a little bit.
Right.
I just think, as Alan and myself were saying for many years, and Undertaker talks about it before podcast, you got to protect the finish because when you hit it, the fans got to feel like the match is about to be over. They got to
feel like it. You're right.
And you hit it in the first minute. You
have to give anticipation.
Yes, it's a little tough in the first minute. You have to
give anticipation. Yeah. And I think that's something that they're really not giving.
No.
But no, back to the Triple Threat. Yeah. How it started.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I can't remember who, I think Rollins got eliminated.
Yes.
And then he eliminated Roman.
Yeah, Punk eliminated both of them.
Punk eliminated both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they screwed both of them.
Yeah.
And then you put Seth Rollins give a curb stomp to CM Punk.
Yeah.
But he gives straight to Roman.
Ooh.
He gives straight to Roman Reigns.
Try to take out my tribal chief.
He tries to take him out. But Roman Reigns comes back on Raw.
Madison Square Garden.
Maybe 2 weeks later on Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And he's telling him, this is not how this is going to go. So CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in a steel cage match, Madison Square Garden in New York City.
Rollins was doing a number on my boy.
Rollins was doing a number on him.
Yeah.
Finish after finish. Finish after finish. Roman Reigns comes back. Reigns tries to end Rollins. Reigns tries to end Punk.
Yeah.
But what people don't know, what we fail to forget, what is the favor that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk?
Well,
and we got that answer.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I'm a Seth Rollins guy. I'm a Shield guy. I'm a CM Punk. So I'm torn.
You're torn. Yeah, you don't know who you're gonna pick.
Yeah, these are all three of my guys. I'm gonna just enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy the cinema, as they love to say now. But I also think this is tough. Because the favor, I thought it would be a little bit bigger, but I do like what they're doing.
Right.
As someone that I love has been telling me breadcrumbs. They're leaving us breadcrumbs.
Right.
And as fans, we want the whole meal. We want the steak. We want the baked potato, and we want the sour cream. Yeah, we want the full thing. We don't want to eat the appetizer. Yes. We don't want to wait on that meal.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a bigger play come next weekend, and I don't think the play is what the people think it's going to be. I think it's something bigger on the horizon.
Past Monday night.
Yeah.
Rollins said, now Punk. Now Heyman owes him a favor. Jolly yesterday, he goes, Heyman gonna owe you a favor next.
Yeah.
Everybody owes a favor. But is we want to really see how this is going to play out.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman comes out on Raw, tells him he will always be loyal to his tribal chief from Reigns. He'll always be loyal to CM Punk, his best friend.
Yeah.
But the Punk that the favor that Heyman owes him is walking down that aisle with Punk, being in his corner during that triple threat match.
And that's big, though.
That is big.
Yeah.
And you call these fake phonies, not fake phonies, but you call these past story, like these past clips that that resurfaces.
Yeah.
And like, oh wait, the favor is Heyman owes Punk a WrestleMania main event spot.
Yeah.
That's what you would think.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. He's in the main event. He's main event WrestleMania for the first time.
Shout out my boy. I'm gonna get emotional on this one. He didn't deserve this, man. Go ahead. I'm with you.
Oh man. Get his main event spot. But then he tells Heyman, that's not the favor that you owe me.
It's not.
I want you in my corner.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania.
Where he belongs.
Is it really though?
Well, for this match, yes. This is a big moment in Punk's career.
This is.
And back in 2011 and 12 and 13 and 14, I think that was his last run with WWE. Him and Paul Heyman made some magic together. So just for the nostalgia, as everyone talks about, having him back in his corner for one match only, I'm okay with. Being those two guys are really they're really close. So I know we break kayfabe all the time. So I like it just for that aspect. But
so
he's the wise man.
He's a wise man. But if Punk wins, where does that put Roman Reigns? If Punk wins this match and it's because of Paul Heyman, where does that put Roman and Heyman?
Well, they're done. If he,
I mean, they're done, but are they really done? We saw this at WrestleMania.
Well, we saw this at
WrestleMania a couple years ago with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to say right. That's true.
What? Seriously, like, where does this put?
That's why I love it. That's honestly, this is the best book match at WrestleMania.
This is probably
in the build-up.
And the build-up, yes, but I've also heard that this is probably one of the worst bookings of WrestleMania that we've seen.
Talking about that match, or talk about the
entire card?
Well, we'll never forget WrestleMania 16 or WrestleMania 2000. I rewatched that this past week. Don't waste your time. It's not one single match on there.
Not one single match.
Yeah, it's all of them either tag teams or triple threats or fatal four ways. That's the worst WrestleMania of all time. Nothing will ever top that.
They say this is the worst booking ever because
it's not. It's not close.
It's not close, but it's another triple threat match that I'm excited for, which I wasn't excited at first. I wasn't.
You're gonna have to get me excited.
I wanted Bianca and Rhea.
I did too,
but we got Bianca, Io, and Rhea.
I'm not an Io fan. I know people are gonna. Might get us some more views because people are gonna hate on this, but I'm not an Io fan.
Io ain't gonna lie, I got mad during that world title match. The first one, I got mad.
I did too.
Because of why? Like, why are you dropping the title to Io?
Yeah.
Like, for what? Give us a Bianca versus Rhea.
SummerSlam. I'm hoping that's what it is.
A SummerSlam. Give us
Okay, that's what I'm hoping.
But then again, if you give us that SummerSlam, when we gonna get a Jay versus Bianca?
That's true. Ooh.
So
Trey, we in trouble.
We're in trouble.
With KOC, we in trouble.
We're in big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We're in big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I don't. Okay.
Why?
Trey, I've been wrapping my head around the triple threat with Roman, Punk, and Rollins makes sense. It's a big time matchup. All of them have history together. Yes.
CM Punk brought them both into the business.
Yes. And Roman he did. Yes. That's why I always tell people he brought the Shield in as his bodyguards against Ryback.
Right.
Back in the day. I told you I'm a huge Punk guy, so I remember that. They got a real story and there's real meaning behind it. So even if a title on the line, it didn't need that. But the Io, Bianca, and
what is that solving?
I don't know, and I'm not sure what the story is because I think Io's going to walk out victorious.
Yeah, she's going to walk out victorious, and that's what we want.
Right, but
that's not what we want.
No, it's not what.
I take that back. It's not what I want.
But that's the only booking you can do.
That's the only booking you can, because I want Bianca to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I want Bianca to win, and I wanted Rhea versus. Okay, here's how my wrestling brain works but I get talked about a lot because they say I be a bandwagon sometimes.
Well, do what you do, man.
This is how my wrestling brain works. If you put Rhea versus Io, let Rhea win. Rhea versus Bianca at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You give Rhea, make Rhea drop the title to Bianca. Mm-hmm. She drops the title. Bianca go in this whole thing, and then we go into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Bianca versus Jade.
Yeah, which is gotta happen.
What's gotta happen? It's a WrestleMania. Really, to me, it's a WrestleMania match.
I agree.
But if we get it at SummerSlam, I'll be happy about it.
Oh yeah.
Now, granted, I won't be in town for SummerSlam because I'll be on a cruise.
Ooh, that's months ahead. Let's see. Okay, we'll cross over.
I don't know.
I got a question for you then.
Okay.
So I'm obviously trying to figure out what they're booking. So Io's going to win.
Io's going to win.
Rhea and Bianca probably a fight at SummerSlam.
Right.
Would you be excited for a Royal Rumble, Jade versus Bianca, or next year in 26, or would you rather WrestleMania 20?
You might as well do WrestleMania.
Okay.
You might as well do WrestleMania because I think that's more. And I really want to be for a championship. Like, seriously. Like, that's what I really want. I really want it to be for a championship, specifically the women's championship, and then have Jade win.
So I'm thinking that's what they're going to do, in my opinion.
Right.
I think they're going to, play this Jade versus Naomi out, which is actually now
it's cooking. At first, it wasn't cooking.
Yes.
And
shout out Naomi.
Yeah,
too.
man.
She's doing greatest this season.
Because, like we talked about, who attacked Jade? We didn't know who attacked Jade. It was speculation that was Naomi.
Yeah.
But we didn't really know.
I'm glad they did it as Naomi.
And how Triple H booked it, Triple H didn't know when Jade was going to come back.
No, he didn't.
He didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it really played out good. How it played out, it played out good. Yes. Jade comes back, beat the mess out of Naomi. Ooh. Bianca's clueless, don't know what's going on.
Was she clueless or fearful? Some people are saying that
she really did. Did they jump her?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because that's what some people. Bianca, I'm not saying that. EST.
Jade hasn't talked to Bianca either.
Mm-mm.
I mean, she's had her sights set on Naomi right now.
That's wow.
But what will happen after WrestleMania? Will she interfere in that match?
I think they're going to play this along, and they have, if they're patient, and the fans are patient, and everybody say healthy. Health is a big thing.
Health is a big thing.
Shout out Kevin Owens. I know he's out, and he was great. And I got something to say about that later if we have time.
Yes.
But if everyone's healthy, I think next year's WrestleMania could be a really big bill for Bianca and Jade. If Bianca has to be the champion going into it, though.
She has to be.
And let Jade win the Rumble.
Yes.
That's how you get
Jade versus Bianca. That's how you build that up.
That's how you build it up. A year-long story and have them main event night one. Because they can't main event this year. And I would like to say Rhea versus Bianca at SummerSlam this year. Get Jade another dance partner, maybe Liv Morgan. I'm not sure. Maybe Tiffany
Stratton.
I don't know.
Wait, we got to get to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I don't know. But I just think, let's just stay on this. But I think Bianca and Jade is one WrestleMania away.
Right.
Build it up the correct way. Have Bianca being a champion, a dominant championship.
Yes, a dominant champion. And she doesn't have to, and we're not saying that she has to hold the championship all the way up until, April until.
Because I have something to say on that.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
No.
But what we're saying is give her a title.
Mm-hmm.
And let her hold it. It could be, you give it to her in October. Give it to her at Clash of France or whatever the pay-per-view is called. Clash at the Castle, I think.
Yeah, that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But give it to her there and then just let her carry it through the rest of the year and then going into the Royal Rumble.
I like that.
She
got to get a get back from Io. Have she beat her back? Yeah, didn't Io beat her at SummerSlam? Or
well,
did she ever get that get back?
She never got that get back.
We'll get the get back.
Because think about it, Io was undefeated against both of them.
And I don't like that. That's another thing.
Io was undefeated against both of them.
I don't like that.
How can you be undefeated in a singles match?
I don't like that.
I can see being undefeated, period.
Yeah.
But how are you undefeated in the singles match?
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't see how. And you would think.
I like Io. Don't get me wrong. It's just,
Wait. So they'll break a streak for the world's most greatest streak of all time.
They will.
But don't break a single streak?
Yeah.
I will never understand it. I will never get it. That's something I will never understand.
Maybe they're gonna build that up. I just don't see no way she doesn't come out of WrestleMania the champion, because I just feel like Rhea has a story she has to tell. With I liked her promo the night after. They didn't really build on that, but I think they planted the seed for it. Sometimes they don't go right away with it, which is okay with me. But they're gonna have to capitalize on. That's why I said Io has to win and then get Rhea maybe to chase the belt a little bit, and then Bianca get. I don't know, but it's a lot of ways they can go with. I'm not upset with. I'm not upset with. We get some of the sparkle water.
Yeah, get some. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Some of that ice.
Yeah, I like mine in the cup.
We're trying to get. I like a sponsorship.
Yeah. Sparkle water. Shout out Sparkle water.
Man. Yeah, it's great, great thing. But we talked about Rhea and this triple threat. We talked about the other triple threat, Roman Punk, Rollins. But we talked about Jey Uso, but we didn't get to this Gunther and Jey Uso storyline.
Yeah, you seen his recent interview?
I didn't. I have not saw it.
Some of the clip notes. I meant to send it to you.
I saw it. People, this puts me in the mind of Kofi Kingston back at WrestleMania 35 when he was going against that. Yeah, Kofi Mania. Like this is what it puts me in the mind of, because you got so many people telling him that he can't. Now, granted, he didn't go through a lot that Kofi had to endure, and that's because of the man that was sitting in that chair. But we'll get into that in a minute too. And we'll get into that in a minute too.
Okay, I thought, okay, that's exactly.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but because of the man that was sitting in that chair, Kofi had to endure. We had to endure, but Jey Uso, people are telling him that he can't.
Yeah,
he can't beat Gunther. He's even told Gunther he's afraid of him, but he's not afraid of him no more.
I didn't like that, but I loved it. I didn't like it, but I loved it because I felt like he was being genuine.
Yes.
And he kind of went back into the old Jey Uso where he was a Uso with his brother Jimmy.
Right.
And I can't do things on my own, or I'm the right hand man to our tribal chief. I liked it, the honesty. That's pure emotion and what we miss in wrestling.
Yes.
Too. So I like that he put it that way. And now the wheels are turning that, hey, I can beat you.
Yes, he can.
That's going to be a wonderful sight.
Granted, Jey Uso moveset has got to increase. We've talked about it plenty of times. It's one of the worst WrestleMania matches besides Michael Cole's main event spot that happened.
That was brutal.
That was horrible.
That was.
But Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso.
The super kick.
I feel like it was. You said what?
The super kick fest. I didn't hate it as much afterwards, though.
Because I don't think it was enough storytelling. I don't think they built it up good enough for it to be a good match as it was. But also, they could have, though.
Yeah.
If they just upgraded the moveset.
Yeah. Jay's going to have to. Here's the thing when you're a tag team wrestler, though. You're so dependent on having so many amount of moves in a matchup. So I don't always hold it to those guys, those standards, as maybe when you say John Cena couldn't perform in the ring because John was by himself the entire time.
Yes.
Jay is used to having Jimmy and vice versa. So I give him another few months, but he's going to have to get more moves if he's going to be the guy walking around.
Got to.
I don't see there's no way that he doesn't walk out of Mania as the champion. So as he does, he's got to improve his moveset. I wish he would go back to the splash instead of the spear. Everyone's doing the spear, and there's only one person that can do the spear. And two. My tribal chief.
Okay. Who's the other one?
Braun.
Okay.
Yeah. My tribal chief first.
I'm just making sure we got this.
Oh, yeah. Braun Steiner, by the way. Change that last name. I'm with the people online. Change his last name.
Change his last name, for real. Yeah. Because he's 35 miles an hour.
That was maybe... I have watched that clip too many times.
Carlito clip?
Yeah. I sent you the edited version.
Hey, Carlito funeral was this past weekend.
Yeah, he's a missile, man.
He came in full speed.
I love Braun.
He flipped him upside down.
There's no way.
I don't know. Braun is a different.
He is. I didn't mean to bring him up, but is he undefeated at Mania right now? Because I would like to
Is
see
he
him.
undefeated? Period. No, well, yeah, no, he's not undefeated.
Jay
Jay's
got
gonna
him.
beat him, but
I would like to see him be the next guy to have that WrestleMania run.
I think he can.
Yeah.
He's already pushed in the mind of Brock Lesnar.
Ooh, yeah. And his uncles and his dad.
You got to be real, real bad to put somebody in mind of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. He's a monster or a beast.
Yes, a beast, the beast incarnate.
Yeah.
What do you know? Okay, no, seriously, no. The beast, Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
He really has. If they give him that push, he could really be a bad man. You want to know who I really want to win in this fatal? Is it a fatal four-way? It's Braun, Dominic, Penta, Finn Balor. Fatal four-way.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. You know who I kind of want to win?
Who?
I want Dominic to win, regardless of my hate for him. Now I told y'all that he's growing on me. He's growing on me just a little bit.
He's a good heel, man.
He is, and I think it's time to give Dom a singles championship. Seriously,
I can agree with that.
I really think it's time. Like, I don't think he's good in the ring. He's good in the ring, but I just think that now is the time to really give him Intercontinental Championship. Make him go on his singles run.
Here's what I would say. I agree 100%. I didn't even think about this until you said it. I would like to see Dominic pin Vin.
Yes.
And that creates that.
And that creates the story itself.
Yeah, and then Braun is protected because he never really lost the belt.
Right.
And we can kind of push him to maybe Jey Uso or John Cena. Depends on who wins. I don't think he would, but I mean, like, just push him forward though.
Right.
So I can get down with Dom, Dirty Dom. He does deserve a belt. I think heels gotta have belts, man.
Yes, man. I think Dirty Dom deserves it. I kind of think I want Dom. I think I want Dom to win.
Trey, you don't talk me into a pick.
Man.
I told myself you wouldn't talk me into any picks in here. I want Dirty Dom to win. Pin and Finn Balor.
Yes,
that's perfect.
I think that's a great booking.
Yes,
Triple H, if you're looking for some creative, man,
listen. I'm willing to travel.
Hey, I'm willing to get on the plane.
Yes, I'm willing to travel.
I promise.
Yeah.
But you're talking wrestling, man. What about this Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair? This is cutting. This is one of those rivalries that's really cutting deep.
They said it's real.
Oh, it's really?
Yeah. From what I've been reading, they saying that Tiffany doesn't feel Charlotte respects her, and there was some things that was kind of done that didn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, that promo. Yeah.
Yeah. So they said it's a little bit more personal, so I like it.
More personal, and I think that's what all stories need.
I agree.
I think that's what all stories need. I think all stories need to be more personal. Like, they really need to.
That's why Drew and Punk worked so well.
It did, because that was real. That was really personal.
Real.
That was real. Yeah. That was real. How great do I think Drew is a hypocrite? Yes. Do I think he's a crybaby? So. Yes.
Very much.
But regardless of the fact, it's a real storyline.
Yeah.
And Tiffany and Charlotte is like really cooking.
It is now. It is.
But the question is, though, why did they have Charlotte win the Royal Rumble and put her in the championship spot so quick?
Well, she's. I know people don't want to hear this, and it's gonna sound bad. It's gonna be the guy we talked about first. She's John Cena of the women.
Yes.
She's gonna, when she comes back, her and the Becky Lynches of the world, they're gonna be thrust back into the championship picture right away.
Just because
they skipped the line.
They're just that good.
Yeah, they're gonna skip the line.
And it's not even to be cocky like the big favorites. It's just, and you hear that because of who her father is. Her father is Ric Flair. Like, you're gonna hear because she's Ric Flair's daughter,
and I don't care.
You're gonna get that.
Yeah.
But why? What was the purpose? Why not have? Was it Roxanne Perez?
Yeah.
Why not give her that feeling?
Well, here's what I think. Charlotte's not gonna win. So
you don't think Charlotte's gonna win?
No, I think it's to build Tiffany up. I think they do want to push her. We know that. Back in the day when my boy Vinnie Mac, I know people don't like Vinnie Mac. When Vinnie Mac was running the show, he liked to push.
Go ahead.
He liked to push particular looking women, and Tiffany fits that bill. So I think they're still going to keep that type of woman holding the belt. And I think she's a decent wrestler.
No, she's a good champion.
I don't think she's not bad.
Yeah,
so,
she's not bad.
But I think you want to see more of her, and I think Charlotte elevates her. If she beats Charlotte at WrestleMania, that means more than her beating Roxanne at Perez. She can beat her at a next pay-per-view, whenever the next one is. So, or Money at the Bank, because I know that's coming up pretty soon. She could beat her at those type of pay-per-views, but to put Tiffany out there and to make her cash in that she held that Money in the Bank briefcase for so long, to make it hold weight, she has to be the big legend. Bianca can't be in that match. Rhea can't be in that match. Becky is at home. So Charlotte is the next one up to take her to a level where people like, okay, we got to respect Tiffany. She didn't just cash in on Nia Jax, which I didn't like that. But
you like her for cashing in on that?
I like Nia Jax, man. I think heels have to be champions. I know she had a run for a while and people.
Wait, where is Nia Jax?
That's a good question. She at home. I know Triple H give his wrestlers more time at home.
And that's good. That's really good.
It is. So that's why. So to answer your question, Charlotte can elevate her to which no other woman that's not occupied in the WrestleMania match. Rhea and Bianca excluded. Those are the only ones that can elevate Tiffy time, as people like to call it, to main event status. If she's ever want to headline any program, she has to be Charlotte. So I agree with Charlotte. Yeah.
So we're talking, and that's what I think, and I hope that's what happened. I don't think people will like if Charlotte was to win.
That's why it might happen too.
Because like people really don't want Charlotte to win.
They don't.
And if she wins, that'll just. Now, granted, she will be the heel.
Yeah.
She's sort of.
She tried to come back to face.
In that promo though, like that seemed like Tiffy was the heel.
It did.
Like Tiffy went below the belt. Like
it went personal.
Yes, like she really took it. She really took it there.
I don't know what people talk about. This is a great WrestleMania card.
It is.
It's top heavy.
The story build up.
Yes.
It's a story build up to it.
And you gotta understand that, like, Cody and John Cena really shouldn't maybe close out the show, but it means something to close out. It means something. Night one, the triple threat, it means something. I think the Charlotte and Tiffany story, it definitely means something. Jey Uso match, it means something.
Do you know that none of the world championships are headlining WrestleMania?
For real?
Think about it. Main event.
Oh,
Night one is triple threat.
That's true. So they're gonna have to open the show with Jey Uso winning.
They got to.
They have
to start it. They have to.
Yes.
Just like we talked about with the Raw premiere, you have to start it off with a bang.
Yes.
You have to. If you don't, the show will go complete down the drain.
Yes.
Like you have to start it off with a bang.
Yeah.
And if you start out with Jey Uso, now granted, I do believe that should be a main event spot.
Yeah,
I do believe that. But if you start out with Jey winning,
it sets the tone.
Yeah. It really sets the tone.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Gunther, great guy.
I like him.
I think I honestly believe
they
gave him. I think they gave him the championship too early, Coach.
Yeah, they did.
I think they gave it to him too early.
Well,
I don't think.
Well, here's what I think. Not to cut you off, I think what's hurting wrestlers now is they're trying to book these champions to be champions too long.
Right.
The Roman Reigns, I get it. You want to bring a modern day wrestler into the record books. I totally get it. You don't accomplish that by putting Roman Reigns there. We don't need no more year-long title runs.
You're right.
Kevin Owens should have held that WWE championship when he was a heel. He was hot. His promos were smoking. I mean, when you seen him talking, it was real.
It was real.
I felt his passion. I felt his pain. And you could relate to him as a heel because he had every right to turn.
Every right. And you know what's crazy? I was just watching clips of the Chris Van Vliet when he was on there.
Yeah.
That was Triple H's idea.
What?
When Kevin Owens turned heel on Cody.
Oh, what?
That was Triple H's idea.
Huh?
Because if you think about it, it kind of worked. He said the reason that was Triple H's idea because it wasn't on camera, but they knew that somebody would catch it on camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
that was
like,
brilliant. Triple H.
If you really think about it, that was a smart move to go.
Yeah.
Because he turns heel, but nobody really knew he turned heel. But we knew he turned heel.
Yeah. That was great.
Because they knew it was going to resurface.
Yeah, because everything does.
Yes.
That is brilliant.
So, you're right. I do believe that Kevin Owens should have held the championship.
And he could have held it for a month.
I also believe that if Cody retains this title,
Ooh.
Cody could go on a massive heel run.
I'm not a fan of it, and I don't. It's not Cody. I'm just not a fan of the long title runs anymore.
Yes,
I never would, because I grew up in the Attitude Era, and like I said, I've been going back and watching 2000.
You grew up on people not wanting to drop the title at all.
Yeah, that's true. But Triple H held the belt twice in 4 months. The Rock held the belt twice in 4 months, and it didn't lose no prestige. It didn't lose its value. And here's another thing: Roman Reigns only been a 5-time champion.
That's crazy
because he's held the belt so long. We gotta get these numbers up for these guys so they can chase down Randy Orton and Triple H, and no one's ever gonna catch Cena if we're gonna have year-long title.
Nobody's gonna catch Cena. They think about it, nobody's gonna catch Charlotte either. Charlotte's a 14-time women's champion.
Oh, I was 14.
14-time women's champion.
Yeah, she might win WrestleMania. I didn't know it was that high. They might try to get into a daddy.
Right. A 14-time.
Which is fine with me.
Okay.
I'm Flair. Listen, this is Flair country, ladies and gentlemen. We are in South Carolina. It's right below North Carolina. We're 15 minutes. I can drive in this car right now and be in Charlotte. North Carolina.
15 minutes.
In less than 15 minutes. This is Flair country, ladies and gentlemen. So Flair does no wrong in the ring. And if it's blood,
he's the dirtiest player in the game.
If you're not playing, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So if they want to give his daughter,
that what you tell your players?
That's what Ric Flair said, baby. And I live by that model. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Woo. So if she want to get her 15 reign, I'm all for whatever Flair got going on.
So if she gets her 15 time, where does that put?
Well, they're not gonna do it, but
these upcoming.
They're not gonna.
Okay, first of all, I think this is the most unpredictable era in WWE.
That ice hitting good. Showing up.
I think this is the most unpredictable era in WWE.
It is, and I love it.
It's the most unpredictable era.
It's unpredictable, but it's too predictable with these champions. That's why I'm saying, they have to take the belt off Gunther. He didn't have a good first title reign.
You take the belt off Gunther, you give it to Jay.
Let them flip flop it a little bit. I don't mind
you flip flop it.
I don't mind that.
Like they did with Charlotte and Sasha. Sasha went it on Raw.
They did too much on that. They
ran
ran my girl out of here. Man. Don't even get me started on that. But no, I don't want it that much. But they can hold it for a belt. Like with the Kevin Owens, he should have won it. Could have been Saturday Night Main Event. Let him win it. It didn't matter. He can drop it at the next pay-per-view. Like give fans a chance to see a title change, or on TV let it be a title change. We used to see that back in the day. Those are the things that Triple H grew up. He was in it.
Right.
He was in it. That's how he won his first title.
He was a part of it.
Right. When Stone Cold wouldn't drop the belt to him on SummerSlam, and he dropped it to Mankind. Mankind dropped it to Triple H the next night. So we gotta start seeing that. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I think is holding him back. The Cody Rhodes run, because he should be furious. He was getting beat up. He was getting all this done, and he was still prevailing. I just don't think the heels are valued enough.
I think Kevin Owens really brought the best out of Cody at the Royal Rumble.
He did. That's why I feel like he actually got hurt. But
he actually got hurt.
Or did he get hurt in the Sami Zayn match? Which one you think really
got hurt at? I don't.
He taking
4 months.
He took some insane bumps the last
4 months. So, and that whatever that was through that ladder at the Royal Rumble.
I don't understand.
That was
dangerous.
That was diabolical.
Shout out Kevin Owens.
KO's a good man. KO's a good man.
Great guy, man.
Well, let's go ahead and just wrap this thing on up, man. We appreciate you for coming.
Oh yeah.
Talking wrestling. You don't want to miss out on another episode with Matt Talk KOC and Coach, because I promise you the next one is going to be a good one. Oh, yeah. Until next time, we're out of here.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, baby.
Yeah. Peace.